All. Welcome to the second session of Human Resource Management, in which we will be discussing about human resource planning. First of all, let's see the meaning of HRP. HRP is acronym for Human Resource Planning. It is the process of analyzing and identifying the need for and availability of human resources so that organization can meet its objective. So the basic process is to identify the number of employees required and the quality and the qualification etc. of the employees in order to meet the requirement of the organization. Now let's define HR planning. Human resource planning is a strategy for the acquisition, utilization, improvement, retention of an organization human resource. In other words, HRP is a continuous process of analyzing an organization's HR needs under the changing conditions and developing activities necessary to satisfy those needs like staffing, recruitment, selection, training, and so on. So basically, human resource planning means planning the requirements as well as the training as well as the staffing requirements of the entire HR force in an organization. Now let's discuss the importance of HRP. Each organization needs personnel with the necessary qualifications, skills, knowledge, experience, and attitude. So to find out these personnel, you need a better plan. Secondly, need for replacement of personnel. For replacing the old or retired or disabled personnel or human resource, you need to plan accordingly. Third, meet manpower shortages. Let me give you an example of Indian Airlines and Gas Authority of India. So you must you may know that it was in news for more than 10 months because of the shortage of labor and the turnover of labor in Indian Airlines and Gas Authority. So better planning is required. Fourth, meet needs of expansion and downsizing program. If the organization is planning to expand or if the organization is planning to downsize the number of HR, they need to they need to have a better HR policy, then only it will be possible. Next, to cater the future personal needs. In order to avoid surplus or deficiency of labor, 75% of the organizations are overstaffed. That is a scenario that is happening in India. So, in order to avoid such scenarios, you need to plan accordingly. So, better planning is required, and overstaffing and downsizing all these aspects must be used according to a better plan. Next, nature of present workforce in relation to changing environment. So, as the technology upgradations are happening, the competitiveness, market strategy, products, everything is changing in the market. Is changing in the environment. So, for coping with such change, you need to have a better plan or a better workforce. For this, better planning must be conducted. Let me give you some examples. In case of Wipro or Infosys, everywhere the internet programming increased and the need for persons who have knowledge in ERP and all those things are the scenarios where a better plan is required and better plan for replacing human resources are necessary. Now let's see HRP process. You can see HRP process is starting from organizational objectives and policies. So you need to have a clear organizational objective, and based on these objectives and policies, human resource plans are formulated. So you can see HRP policies are there. Then HR needs forecast and HR supply forecast will be conducted, and based on HR needs and HR supply, HR planning will be facilitated. If after conducting HR planning, HR implementation will be done, and based on this implementation there will be a feedback mechanism called control and evaluation. If there is any surplus, that must be eliminated and shortage must be taken care of. The basic aspect of an HRP program is job analysis. So let's see, there are different concepts. One is job analysis, job description, then job specification is there. Another one is job evaluation. How can you differentiate each of these terms? Let's see. Job analysis is the process of obtaining all the pertinent facts about a job. So, job analysis is basically means collecting all the information about a relevant job. In case of job description, it can be termed as a part of job analysis only. In job description, the factual statement of tasks and duties involved in a job. So, while describing a job, what is expected of an accountant, what is expected of a HR personnel, all this will be defined clearly in job description. When it comes to job specification, it is a statement of minimum qualification required for a job. For example, if you want an accountant, what is the minimum qualification required to be in such a post? That will be specified in job specification. Then comes job evaluation. This is a process of ascertaining the relative worth of the job. That means how much worthy the person suits the job. That will be evaluated in job evaluation. Now let's discuss job analysis. Job analysis is the process of collecting and studying information relating to the operations and responsibilities of a specific job. Determination of tasks which comprise the job and of skills, knowledge, abilities and responsibilities required of the worker for a successful performance and which differentiate one job from another. All this will be evaluated or analyzed in job analysis. Products of job analysis are job description and job specification that we already discussed. Now let's see. Job analysis can be classified into two types that we already said: job description and job specification. In job description, job title, job location, job summary, uh, to whom you will be reporting to, conditions of work, job duties, machines to be used, hazards and situations to manage hazards. All these aspects will be mentioned in job description. When it comes to job specification, qualification, experience, training, skills, responsibilities, emotional characteristics, sensory demands that are required for a specific job will be mentioned in job specification. If you add these two aspects, you will get job analysis. Now let's see the process of job analysis. The steps in job analysis includes collection of organizational structure information, the basic objective of the organization, the policies of the organization. All these will be coming under the first stage. Second, selection of representative position to be analyzed. So which are the positions to be checked? Like the position of an accountant, the position of a marketing executive. That position must be selected in the second stage. Then the third stage, collection of job analysis data. In this stage, they will be collecting all the relevant details about the position that is on study. In the fourth stage, developing job description. In job description, the details of the job that you already said, all the aspects relating to the job will be collected. And finally, the person who suits the job will be described in the job specification stage. The qualification, quality, and skills required to be in the position will be described in job specification. Now let's see the purpose of job analysis. Job analysis is conducted in order to support organization and manpower planning. That we already said is uh, it's a key element of HR planning. Then, in order to support recruitment and selection, job evaluation, and fixing wages and salary, and the basic administration of the organization. Then, if any job is to be re-engineered, re-engineering means changing the entire structure of a job. Then, next, employee training and managerial development, performance appraisal, and also for the health and safety of every individuals in the organization. Now let's see the forecasting techniques. First method is managerial judgment. It is purely based on the manager's foresight, nothing more. Next method is ratio trend analysis. We will be using ratio analysis as well as trend methods for analyzing the requirement of employees for the future. Then next method, work study technique, in which the entire work and the number of persons required to complete this work will be analyzed. So it can be used when length of operations and amount of labor required can be clearly calculated. So if the length of operations are known to us and the amount of labor required uh, which can be calculated from the length of operation, only in such situations we can use work study technique. Last method is Delphi method. In in this method there will be a panel of experts. This panel of experts will determine how much personal needs will be personnel will be required in the future. Next stage is HR programming. HR programming means balancing of demand and supply. We already said there will be requirement for the company as well as we will have to check how many are available. So balancing these two is known as HR programming. In this stage, vacancies filled by the right employee at the right time. The last stage of HR program is HRP implementation. In this stage, recruitment, selection, and placement will be conducted. Then there will be a proper plan for training and development. Then they will also decide the retraining of old employees as well as redeployment of employees. Plan will be determined by them. Then retention plan will be there, and if needed, downsizing plan will be created in this stage. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. If you want, you can join us. Our WhatsApp study group for NTA NET 2019 is going on. For more details, you can WhatsApp to the number given. Thank you.